Hey, and welcome back to the Aurora CapJ system. Today we're going to talk about how to add a post to your profile. So let's have a look at what another post looks like before we dive in and do our own. So let's look at this as an example. So we can see that it has sort of an image that sort of exemplifies what we're actually discussing or what we're doing. It has a title that we can put as well as the content. And you can see here that an instructor has actually given me a comment here and also graded my journal entry. And then other individuals, if you have it as a published piece, can then comment as well if they're not instructors. So other students can post comments to your submission. So there's two types of submissions: unpublished, which is default. So anything that you submit to the CAP journal system is sort of hidden, a sort of a diary entry for only instructors to see. And then if you actually change it to published, then it becomes more forward facing for public access, and public individuals like other students in your class or other classes in your college can then review and have a look at the posts. You can see that you have a sort of a comment counter, as well as you can like this post. And then you can see how many views are attached to this journal entry as well. So let's go ahead and let's add a post, and we can show you all the sort of ins and outs of how to do that. So this is where you'd put your title. So this is a big test. This is where you put your description. So you can put, this is a description. Now you have to decide what type of post is this. So if you wanted to do a video post or just a plain text or even an audio post, then you can upload those. For a video, you would have to then attach your video from a YouTube instance. So if you created a video of children playing in the classroom or an event outside, you would upload that to YouTube, and then you would add that post in, and I can show you in a second. But for the image post, this is where we can select that image that goes on top of the post, or you can actually use it as a background image. But it'll be harder to read unless the post is very light or very dark in order to have that contrast for the content. So this is where you can select the profile background. So I mean, we used, I'm in here in just sort of a play area, but this is where we can put in you know anything. So you can see how it's going to be stretched. You'd need something to fit better in the post. And this is, again, you can use this as in the background. You can put alt description. So that's for accessibility. So if you wanted to have this truly accessible for all individuals with sight challenges or screen readers, this is where you can say this is a simple galaxy background illustration. Simple. And this is where you select your category. So this is the parts of the CAP journal, and you can see at the bottom here, I've got sort of a cheat sheet. So you can see that you might be in the diploma course or you might be in the certificate course, and that the journal CAP competencies are slightly different for each. So if you wanted to, if you're in the diploma course, for instance, and if you wanted to do sort of a cheat sheet, you can right mouse click and you can open it up in a new window, and you can see all the CAP competencies listed from each of the various categories, for instance. So you can see, and you can scroll down here, and if you're in in your class and you've been directed to create a post, a journal entry that is about the environment, anywhere from 23 to 26, or maybe 25, you can select that if you want to make this part of your post. And it actually, so it makes it easy. You can actually test that down here, and you can place it in there, or you can go back to your post here and you can add that in. So you can add simple text and you can copy and paste that from there. So before I do that, you can select which competency that was, D being diploma and C being the certificate course. So you have to make sure you choose, which one you're going to be doing it for. So if I'm using it for the diploma course, I'd need to find number 25. And that tags that whole post that you're creating, that entry, as a category under there. Now you can create multiple. So if you've been asked inside your course online to, create a couple categories or a couple CAP competencies, you can hold down the control key and you can select more than one. Now, if you've pasted that text in, you don't necessarily need to sort of um, again, put that in there inside your entry, but you can if you wish, or if you've been directed by your instructor. Then you can also select the course. So you can see that we've got it coded just like at Aurora College. So you can select whatever course you're in so that that gets associated. Now you can't select more than one course. You can only make a single entry for a single course. So if I wanted to put some more in here. This is more information. And if I wanted to make a heading, if I wanted to make a second heading, so this says big test, but I wanted to make several subheadings, I can click this, and then I can put this is a subheading. Now, if you've got the text above and the heading below, and it sort of seems a little bit backwards, you can grab this at the side and you can move up and change the delivery method. So you can select which order it's going in. So you can actually add a nicer text editor. So if you wanted to say the same thing here, you could delete this and you could bold information, or you could italicize or underline that, or you could also color that text as well. So you can, color that red, or you can color it any color that you want. You can add bullet points in here, just like if you're using Microsoft Word or another word processing system. And we can move on. This is more, etc., etc. And you'll have here, if you've got installed on your system, you can have Grammarly. If you've got it on your browser, it will show and propagate inside the CapJ system as well. So that can actually help you, and you can make adjustments to your spelling or grammar with that as well. So you can actually add an image here. You can actually add and upload a Word document, a PowerPoint, add a YouTube video here as opposed to being above the post. So this is the image. It'll show up at the top, which I'll show you in a second. You can add a tweet, or you can add a Facebook post, or if you wanted to do your audio file, you could do that as well, and it'll show up. So let's just save that. We can show you how you edit this as well. So submit the post. There we go. Now, because I'm a member and I'm a user, there's my big test. So you can see that there's been no comments, or instructors have not been, they haven't dived into my post and they haven't made a comment or created a grade yet, but you can see that it shows up here in your member panel, and you can edit that post. And as I said, because this is unpublished, it's only visible to your instructor. It's not visible to any other student. But if I wanted to make it forward facing, you can click this to publish it so that other individuals can see it. Or you can, make your edits to the post here, or, add another element to it. If you receive more pictures and you wanted to bolster that a bit more, then that's where you can do it. But I'm going to just show you that if I go to the home page, these are the forward-facing posts, the tips and tricks and what is the CapJ, etc. And your instructor might be putting out forward-facing notes or posts as well. But this is where you'd see your post if you published it. So let's dive back in. Let's go to the member panel, and let's say that this was a post that was meant for other individuals to see, our classmates and things like that. So I can say publish, submit this post, and then go back to the home page, and you'll see that this is the way it looks. So, and it's kind of thin. If I had made my picture larger and taller, then it would have, covered more real estate. But you can see what we've done here, and you can see that we can even comment on our own. But this is where people will be able to come in at any time and click and view what you've created. So again, this would be public facing. Now, if I wanted to take something down that I made a mistake and it was supposed to be only for the eyes of my instructor, then I can click here. I can then edit that post right away at the very top here, or I can go back to the member panel, and then I can see, where I've hidden it. Well, these are all the unpublished ones. So these will be attached to my profile, and you can see the posts are here. So I can click on this, or again, the front page, and then I can go here and I can edit and I can take it down. So it doesn't delete the post. It just, again, puts it in sort of a hidden mode for yourself and for other instructors. So you can go back to the home. You can see it's not here, but if I go back to that member panel, it's there. Simple. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it works for you.